Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're starting our new series, thanks to all of you. But first let's have our shout out to Kelly, Diane, Daggy, Lulu, Desiree, Vicky, Dadkins02, and Jeannie. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, thanks to all of you. I asked the question, what would you like to see more of me doing, or what would you like to see me doing in my videos in the future, with our beautiful giveaway that happened yesterday. I'm still over the moon about it, you guys. But the number one answer was you would like to see journals from beginning to end. So here is the new series, and the series name is Fabulous Fridays Journaling Series. I might put junk journaling series in there. I'm tweaking it still. This whole thing is just tweaking it, right? So bear with me. I hope you join me weekly for our little series that we're going to do. So our very first series that we're going to do is we're going to make a tall, slender junk journal out of a folder. One of these folders that you get. You all have these, you've seen them. I know this is white and it might be hard to see. I found some of these in the things that I was moving around because, we did that floor. It did turn out beautiful. I'm so excited. And I'm still going through things, throwing away a lot of stuff. I'm purging. But I found these and I thought, okay, I can do something with these. And as I thought, I decided we're going to make a journal with this. This is going to be our journal cover. I know a lot of people struggle with making a cover, so let's start with something that already is a little bit going that way anyway. So this file folder, it's not a file folder, it's a folder. You buy them for school. It's got the big deep pockets. It's nice, heavyweight. I just happen to have white ones. So this is 9.5 inches wide, and it is 11.5 inches tall. So I thought, all right, we're going to have to do something with this spine. The spine has to be deeper than this. This is just not going to cut very many papers, right? It's not going to hold very many papers. So I also want to strengthen this right here. I don't want it to be quite so flimsy. Instead of cutting these off, we're going to fold them in. So let me just fold it this way, just for the sake of being able to see. And I'm going to highlight it, just like that. Now you are able to see that middle line. I'm placing my folded center on a dark line, like this happens to be number 4. So I'm lining it up. I'm using my grid, and I know you can't really see my grid because this paper is so large, but I'm going to fold it 1/4 approximately inch away from my spine. So all right, let's do this. It's very hard to see, I know. So, oh goodness gracious, well, that doesn't matter. We're going to cover it up. All right, so I'm lining it up again, and I'm just putting it about 1/4 of a way away from the center fold. Now you can see that, right? And I'm going to fold it just like that. So we're folded. So we have 1/2 of our tall, slender journal finished. So this is going to end up being just shy of 5 inches wide. And we're going to leave the depth. So this is going to be a little over 11.5 inches tall. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side of the folder. I'm lining it up on my grid, and I'm going to fold it right here, about 1/4 of an inch away. Once again, I suppose I need to highlight it so you can see. So line it up again and place it right here. Alrighty, not too bad. Increase. Now, I suggest if you would like to follow along, even maybe do a craft along with me, that you would get yourself a file folder, whatever color, it doesn't matter, we're going to cover this up anyway. And go ahead and do what we're doing today. And then you'll be ready next Friday to continue on with me. Now, as I look at this, I actually see when I fold this, it looks pretty good. I mean, surprisingly, it looks really, really good. I know it. I'm surprised. Okay, that everything is straight. Let's make this spine able to hold more papers. So what I'm going to try to do here, see if I can do it, is I'm going to fold it, okay, right where, this one looks too far out, but you know, it folded fine, but doesn't that look wider than this? It still folded well. What I want to do to make this wider is I'm going to turn, it folds this way. We're folded this way, right? So let's turn it back on itself and fold right here. So we've got a fold here already, but we're going to fold it right on this line right here. We're going to fold this one on this line right here. So what we're going to create is a bend right here. It's going to be rounded in the spine area to be able to hold our papers that we're going to fit in here. So I'm going to turn it. Let's see, which way can I turn it? I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to fold it back on itself. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing. I'm folding it back. If I can, I'm not sure that I can even accomplish this. I want to fold this back on itself. Yeah, I'll have to pick it up and do it this way. It's not a lot. We're not folding a lot. It's just a little bit, and that's probably what makes it a little fidgety, is because it's just a little bit. It's not a big fold. It's a small fold. It's a small amount that we have to fold over. It's very close to our original spine. Let's fold it back. I'm kind of manipulating this here. Now let's do this side. So I'm right here, and there's my original, and I want to try to fold it right along there. Just like that. Okay. I'm just folding it along. Okay. There we go. Now let's see, how did that work? I'm getting another idea. I'm looking for my bone folder. I'm getting another idea, you guys. I have learned that when this was asked that I would do this type of series, I struggled with how am I going to teach you how I feel, and that's an impossible thing to do. I'm just manipulating this over and over again to see if I can't get it to bend the way I want. So how am I going to teach you how I feel about when I look at something? Because I look at something and sometimes I feel it and sometimes I see it. And that's just something that happens to me. So like when I was picking out a few of the papers to choose to go into this journal, I was thinking to myself, why am I picking these papers? What is it that makes these papers stand out as opposed to other papers. And it was what I was feeling and seeing. And I don't want to make myself sound crazy. It just, I've been with it for so long, it's just me. It's just how I see things. And I think that's how they determine if you have, I don't know the word I'm looking for. But anyway, I don't want to say artsy. We just see things. People that are creative, that's the word I'm looking for, we kind of see things differently. Now I'm just burnishing right here on the side just to see if I can get this to manipulate the way I want. I also was thinking of, some of these journals, some of these big journals, they take a very long time to make. And y'all aren't going to stay with me for that long of a time on the same journal. Now, if we make different journals, yeah, you'll stay with me, but let's face it, who's going to stay with the exact same journal over and over again on going through all the pages? So I think what will happen, now I'm not sure because this is a work in progress, everything's bending well until I get right down here at this point, and then it's a little different. Let's see, is that going to hold more papers? Well, we're just going to have to see if it does or not. Right down here, it's not as, it's just not as bendy right down here. That's all there is to it. See how it just takes so much time just to get certain things down? I'm going to have to work on that, but that's what I'm doing. I'll just have to keep going with it until I can get it. Now, as I was looking at this just now, I thought, okay, this is going to be, I'm going to highlight it just because it's very hard to see on my glass mat and it's white. I apologize for that, but this is what I had. So this is what I'm using. I'm just highlighting this so you're able to see it just a little bit better, right? We'll cover this up and decorate it in another video, but right now, all right. So what I was thinking of, it almost doesn't even fit on my camera, does it? It barely fits. Barely. There's the top and there's the bottom. Barely fits. This is a tall baby. How about if we have a tall junk journal that has a fold out? That would be cool, right? A tall junk journal with a fold out. And then that way we can maybe just put a few papers in and yeah, really decorate that up. Oh, I think that's what we're going to do, you guys. All right, so now let's look at some papers that I've selected. I have a couple of tracing papers. They're not coffee dyed, they're just a couple of tracing papers. I have the script. Now the reason why I selected, I've got a couple of different scripts. This one, we can fold this way and the words are still right side. Of course, I haven't taken any of the borders off. I do coffee dye the back of mine. Now I do have a Color Laser Jet Pro, and I am able to coffee dye the back and it doesn't mess up my print. But I've chosen that because of that reason. I've chosen this one because when we fold it this way, it would make a super cool page. I just thought that looked super cool going that way. It's already kind of saying it needs to be folded there. I chose this one because it's just, this was a free Shabby Dabby Doodah printout. I just thought it was sweet. This one's another free Shabby Dabby Doodah. I thought it would work itself well into a half. Now these are not what we're using. I'm just saying what I selected. I grabbed this one. This is a chapter 1, and I thought this would be really pretty. This is another letter, vintage letter. I do believe these are Roxy Creation letters that I have here. This is just a background paper. I think it was from chapter 1. It's just a background. It's just Here are a couple of coffee dyed papers. Here's some coffee dyed music paper. Here's a flower right here, and I thought, well, that might do well for maybe some type of fold out, something like that, because of the way it was up and down this way. All right, so what's here? This is a coffee dyed paper, and so is this one, and I kind of picked these because they were, I didn't do the other side. It just has some little bit of coffee because the tracing paper is white, and I thought it would just tie it all together. Alrighty, so what do we have here? We have just a little digital here that I thought, well, that would look sweet, right, going like that way. That's how I looked at it. I looked at it in my shape of my journal. See, we're not doing a journal this shape. We're doing a journal this shape. So I looked at all my papers with that eye, taking the papers and turning them this way and saying, well, does that work or does that not work? And then I have this beautiful lace print, and I just thought that was pretty. And this is a digitalcollage.com, and this is the first one I started with, and I'm sure it was because this was white, and then that made me choose this. But that lady does go that way, and so she would look really pretty in here. So that is what I have started with. So let's go ahead. We have enough time. Let's actually choose those papers. I really do like these two. Oh, let me think. Now I'm starting to think. So what I'm going to be able to do is just tell you what I start thinking. All of a sudden it popped in my mind, how am I going to decorate this? Because how I decorate this cover might determine what I pick as my papers. So the horse before the cart before the horse, I mean, it kind of goes both ways. Sometimes I know exactly what I'm going to make for a cover, and then the pages come later. And sometimes I have no clue what I'm doing with the cover, but I want these pages. So it's kind of there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just kind of flows. So as I look at these two papers, and as I look at this, and I'm sure it's because it's white, I see lace and fabric on here. But if we do that and we open it up like this, and then we open it further, can I put lace and fabric here and it will fold and it'll be fine? I'm thinking maybe yes. Maybe lace and fabric, maybe a little collage of things on here. Maybe some fussy cuts or something. I'm not sure. I'm just rolling with it, guys. So if we think of doing it that way, we think of doing lace and fabric, then let's think about that as we select our papers. I do like this one. I liked how, yes, this has words in it, but they're on their side, but I like how this is framed top, and I like how it's framed on the bottom. So I'd like to choose that. How many pages are we going to put in here? Well, I don't think we can put a ton, guys. We're already taking up quite a bit of space with this fold out. Plus, we haven't decorated it yet. And we're going to be adding all kinds of things in here. So we might even make it fold out even more. Who knows what's going to transpire, right? So let's keep our pages to a minimum. So right now, there are 3 digital printables right here. They're from different pieces. They're not a kit. They're not from a kit. Let's see. I definitely want to add at least 1 tracing paper. And I definitely want to add at least 1 music. And let's go ahead and add, let's see, where is that? 1 of these. Now, on all of the backs of these, it's going to be coffee dyed. So I'm not sure, because this is what I thought all of a sudden, I'm not sure I need to add a plain one, just one that's not printed on one side, because I already have, what do I have? I have 3 already coffee dyed, so that makes 6 pieces. So I don't think I need any more solid coffee dyed, but I do like the music in my stuff. Now that's just 1 page, so that's really 2. So maybe we should add this one that has a full page. Okay, we can add that and this. And we're going to save these because I pulled them. They kind of blend together, and we have all this other decorating to do. So this is going to be my pile. I'm going to paper clip this together right here, or shall we fold it? Do we have time to start folding? We might have time to start folding. Let's look at these sides. This is going to be fine because when we put this inside, it's not going to come out over this. It's going to fit inside of our little cover, and it will allow us to put maybe tabs or maybe ruffles or something else on the edge. So let's just go ahead and let's just fold some things. Let's get more than just the cover done. Let's fold this in half the long way because we're making a long junk journal or tall junk journal. And let's fold it. And then on this one, we could have it fold out. We really could. We could have this fold out. So with that thought in mind, if this goes in the page, now we have to look at this. If this goes in the page inside our journal at its original place, how far in do I have to fold this to be able to clear this cover? Well, I could fold it all the way, or I could just fold it a little bit. How about if we just folded a small amount? So let's take this out. I'm just holding it here. How about if we fold it right here? So that's 1, 2, I think that's 3 actually. So that's, yeah, it's 3. So let's get that. I'm lining my fold up with this darker line just so I can kind of get it as straight as possible. Okay, let's fold that up like that. So now we have a fold out within our, so it's going to fold out like that. All right, so we've got 2. And it doesn't matter that this is longer right now. We're just kind of working with what we've got here. This is our next one. And we need to trim off my edge right here. So let's do that quickly. And I hope you guys, I hope this is what you were thinking in your mind's eye, is that this type of series. I do hope this is meeting your expectations. Please tell me down below if you have ideas, if you would like to suggest something, you know, if you can help me tweak it. I need your input because this idea has come from y'all. So y'all are going to have to help me make it exactly what you want so that you will enjoy this series, weekly series, and that you will join me and spend a little time making all kinds of different junk journals. Like I said, I'm not sure, you know, this is all new to me too, so I'm not sure how this goes along. I'm not sure if I have to work on a few things by myself off camera, but right now we're doing everything on camera. I surely will tell you if I work on it off camera. Right now I'm feeling like it's coming together fairly quickly, and that we will be able to accomplish this mission that we have. So I'm just trimming the borders off here because this is the last page, I do believe, we chose for this journal that we're working on. And when I say journal, you know, I mean junk journal. So let's just place that in the trash, and let's give this a fold right here. When I cut them by hand, sometimes they're not straight. I did order a 12-inch by, I think it's 6-inch guillotine. that's going to enable me to be able to chop bigger pieces on camera and not take it over to my larger guillotine. Now, let's look at this. I really like this one. I think this one maybe should be our cover. And then maybe let's put a tissue paper. And then let's fold this back on itself like this. And let's have this solid coffee dyed paper next. Alrighty. And then let's put our, should we have our middle be our fold out? That would be fun. Let's put this one next. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm folding it back on itself. Now this has an up and a down, so we have to pay attention to that lady. We can't put her in halfway up, you know, upside down. And then let's pop our music paper in. It also has it up and down. And then let's pop this in here. And let's just see how this is going to fold. Well, that's going to be spectacular in there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I think this is going to be fantastic. And then this folds out this way, and then this way, and this way. So this is our center. So this is just a very small pieces of paper, not very many, to go inside of our fold out of our tall junk journal. I think this is a good place to stop for our very first video of Fabulous Fridays Junk Journal series. I think I will put that junk journal in there. You guys, I hope this is what you wanted. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.